want to travel around the world. Walk with lions and bungee jump off cliffs. Visit 100 countries and 8 wonders of the world. Experience culture and travel on a budget. Well, tune on into Mr. 100 Countries Visited. Hey, what's the word? What's the deal, everybody? Lucci Luch back at it here to talk to y'all about some countries. So, man, at this point, I was at the tail end of a 17-hour bus ride. That's right. I went all throughout northeastern Europe. So check out all them videos with Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, and now Poland. There was some checkpoints, y'all. And man, I ain't gonna lie, I get a little nervous when I see checkpoints. And then some folks got pulled off the bus. And I don't know what they deal was, but man, they did not get back on. So hopefully everything all right. So that being said, man, I was headed to Warsaw, Poland. Poland was my 60th country. And don't tell nobody, but I did miss my bus stop. Well, I almost missed my bus stop in Warsaw, getting off by the airport, and that would have set me back another 30 minutes. So luckily, I woke up just in time. So energy ain't gonna never let you down. Because, man, I got right on up. I'm like, oh, damn, it's time to get off the bus. So, man, I had a little overnighter in Warsaw. I conveniently stayed by the airport, and my room was just very comfortable, thankfully. I had a very late night, very early morning. I had an early morning flight because, man, I was headed to a site on this day that I always wanted to go to, but let alone it was just it's one of the most heinous sites in all of history where millions of people died. And I was just, man, mentally preparing myself for that. So I've checked out of my hotel and I'm on the way to the airport. I'm in Poland and I'm about to go to a special place. Special, but man, just crazy place. So, I just want to shed some light on when I say crazy or whatnot, because I don't want to offend nobody, straight up. Like, when I say crazy, it's just the aspect of like, it's just crazy that people was just thinking to murder people and separate them from their families and to kill them and just murder them off of who they are. Like, that is just insanity. And the fact that so many people tolerated it, it's just like, what? Like, what's going on with y'all, man? So, I just want to, put out that disclaimer. That's where I was coming from when I say crazy as far as visiting Auschwitz. That's where I was headed to. So right now I was at Warsaw's International Airport. I grabbed a bite to eat. And to be honest, I remember this meal. I ain't get no pictures of it because it wasn't worthy of pictures. So that being said, y'all, it's time to board my flight to head to southern central Poland. And I was headed to Krakow. And that's the gateway city to get to Auschwitz. So the flight was about a good, hour and a half or so. And to be honest, man, I put this outfit together. It was just in commemoration for all the victims who passed away at Auschwitz. I wanted to pay my personal tribute in my own type of fashion to the victims of Auschwitz, and I felt like I did my thing. So that being said, once I landed at Krakow's International Airport, man, it was time to just find a taxi and see where the day led me, which the day was leading me directly west of Krakow to Auschwitz. Y'all watch it. I'm on my way to Krakow. I'm in Krakow. I'm on my way to O.C. Williamson, wherever you say it. It's a township in southern Poland, and you will see surely why it is just crazy being in even this area right now. It's crazy. So yeah, man, let's go. So yeah, y'all, man, once I exited the airport, I found a driver. Luckily, Poland got Uber, so that just made it so much easier. My driver, he was just real smooth, y'all. Man, he was communicating with me. He didn't speak English, I didn't speak Polish, but hey, Google Translate got us through our conversation in the car. And you know, he basically said he would look out for me throughout the day, depending on where I want to go. I did disclose to him by the afternoon after leaving leaving Auschwitz, I would like to take a train to my next destination, which I'll name at a later time in this video. But he's insisted on, if anything changed, to just please let him know. So man, I was appreciative of that. That being said, I was headed to Auschwitz at this point. It was about an hour and a half drive, but man, this drive just felt long. I don't know, probably because it was just one lane, and yeah, it was just a lot of houses, and a lot of stuff just started to just feel repetitive when looking at it. Yeah, so finally, after about what appeared to be 2 hours or so, man, I finally made it to Auschwitz. This is Auschwitz right here, the exterior part of it. And man, my taxi driver let me out right by the front entry. Little did I know you have to have reservations. I should have looked into it, but I had a lot going on with this trip because I went through 26 countries, y'all. So it was just like, man, I kind of messed up with this one, but luckily they had reservation slots available. I wanted to get in there, get out, but I had to wait a few hours. I am in a region of the world in that clip a few seconds ago. I think I was more than likely mentioning how this area was just of a very historic, heinous nature. And, I can't emphasize that enough. Like, man, that's all that was just going through my mind. Like, wow, I'm here in such a very heinous place. Less than 100 years ago, there was a very horrible system going on, and it was just being condoned. So at this point, all my time while waiting for my reservation, I decided to go and get some food. A brother loves some fries, and a brother loves a little pita wrap. So this did the job. I had something on my stomach. I was all right. And after chowing this down, it was time for my reservation. I'm running because I have a train to catch, and are very long here. So more adventure. I'm at Auschwitz, one of the most heinous spots in the world. Sorry, I'm breathing hard. It's just I got things to do. I got the train to catch, but I wouldn't miss this for anything. See that? Work sets you free, huh? Man. So let's talk about what Auschwitz was. Auschwitz was a complex of German extermination and concentration camps, the largest of its kind. It's located in Oświęcim, which is a southern township in southern Poland. Auschwitz was the largest of its kind, and again, it exterminated over 1 million people. 1 million people, primarily Jews. Many of the victims were subjected to forced brutal labor and also medical experiments, especially on twins and dwarfs. Yeah, work certainly did not set the victims of Auschwitz free. Man, this was a long, hard 4 to 5 years for many of the victims because liberation did not happen with the Soviet Red Army until January 27th of 1945, in which they invaded Auschwitz and set only 7,000 people who were still exhausted and actively working on the site free. So that's right. And even then, SS, they were trying to destroy evidence. They had people, when they were destroying the evidence, when they knew that, they were about to get invaded by the Soviet Red Army, they had folks going on death marches, and death marches pretty much entailed walking to other concentration camps so they can keep the system going. People would die of exhaustion, or once they found that people were just weak, they would just shoot them. So this was just a very heinous system, very heinous sight. And I was just standing exactly where so many people stood. Oh my gosh, like less than what at this point it's 2025. That was 80 years ago. My gosh. So, y'all continue to watch. Man, wow. Oh my gosh. Whew. Wait. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. So, man, this was the actual gas chamber at Birkenau concentration camp of Auschwitz. And, man, so many people died in this actual room that I was standing in. And this is where they would, quote unquote, take a shower. But they were poisoning them with Zyklon B gas pellets. And people would just die off pretty much instantly. And then from there, the initial room that I went in the gas chamber, they would cremate them. So this was just a horrible system. It's just like, wow. So yeah, y'all. Once I got done touring Auschwitz, man, I had to try to catch my train, but that was the bus right there that I needed to catch my train. Yes, I missed it. So I got to look at like, what am I gonna do? What am I going to do? I need this train. I got my train ticket. Dang, man. Come on. So, of course, I get to looking at bus schedules. I'm like, when is the next bus coming? Of course, the next bus was not going to fit the timing of my scheduling. So, who did I call? My main man. Yeah, that taxi driver. That's right. He waited around for me. And I was so forever grateful. So forever grateful that, man, he took me to the actual initial site of where people were coming in on a train at Auschwitz. And man, this is pretty much the main area where people were separated and by class. If you were elderly, they did not want you because you could not carry out the duties of the concentration camp. Many children passed away. If you had any disabilities, they did not want you. They would kill you off. All different types of factors. This very site right here is where many people were separated and classed. So, all right, I'm at Auschwitz, Poland, 60th country, and just amazing to be here. Well, not amazing. It's a mourning site, but mad love to everybody. Wishing everybody love. And again, I always try to be cognizant, especially with how emotional and how heinous of a sight this is. Many people come here to mourn their loved ones who were affected by this horrible operation. So that being said, I was just, man, full of emotions this afternoon, because it was just not real. I could not believe that I was there, and it just lets you know that it's real, one. And then two, another thing that got me was just how everything was still intact. It's kind of like when I was in Ghana and Senegal. It's all of these places were still intact from these heinous operations after so much time passing. It's letting you know that they did not want it to stop. So that being said, my main man got me to my next destination safely, and my next country, 61st one, was the Czech Republic, baby. So yes, thank you, Mr. Taxi Driver. He did his thing. So once I got in the Czech Republic, man, I was going to get up and leave my hotel room and try to kick it or whatnot. But I said, you know what? I just had a full day of travel. It's time to lay your tail down, Lucci. Lay down. And man, that's exactly what I did. It felt so good finally just laying down and getting some rest, because I had a early morning the next morning. I'm always on the move, on the go. And that next country begins with the S, ends with the A. It's two in Europe that begins with it, so I'll let you guess. Well, how about I just tell you? Slovakia. Go watch that video. Peace.